Oh, bro, no. Bro, what? There was a lady's foot.
Is that a handprint?
This video from Rambling On starts off like any normal solo camping trip, but slowly turns into a tense situation that feels more dangerous than expected. At the beginning, he hikes into a remote forest and sets up camp beside a small water source. It seems like a smart, convenient spot, but there's one detail that stands out. He casually mentions it's on a floodplain. At the time, it doesn't feel important, but it quietly sets up everything that comes later.
There's quite a few midges knocking around when I got here. So they're both citronella candles. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll keep the midges at bay. Now there is a little breeze there now. I have a water source here, which is very handy. Saved me carrying any water on the way in. It's not very easy to get into, but it's a pretty good little spot. It is on a bit of a floodplain, so I wouldn't come down here when it's raining really heavy.
As night falls, he does something unusual. He decides to watch Annabelle alone in the middle of the woods. With only one earphone in, he keeps one ear open to the forest around him.
Among the trees. So the movie I've chosen is Annabelle. I've never watched it, so I think I'm gonna try and watch that. I have a Bluetooth earphone in my ear. I don't have one on this side because, you know yourself, I want to be aware of my surroundings. So yeah, let's see what we can do here.
The experience quickly becomes uncomfortable. The movie builds tension, but so does the environment. Flickering firelight, sudden silence between buffering, and the constant awareness that he's completely alone.
Who would keep that doll? Seriously? There's no way I'd... Oh my god, I can't even look at it zooming in on the face. Oh lads, who would keep that? Who would give that as a gift? That's just not right.
Later, he tries again. This time, the horror hits harder. His reactions become more nervous, more alert. Every sound outside the tent feels amplified.
Oh, something's gonna happen here. Oh, yeah. Bugger. Oh. Freaky kid. Is there anything worse than a freaky kid? How would you not think you were going mad? He thinks she's nuts. This woman has balls of steel. She's in the house on her own. Even if it is the middle of the day.
Even though nothing actually happens, the setting makes everything feel real. Like something could be just outside in the darkness. But the real turning point comes after midnight. Heavy rain begins pouring down. He wakes up multiple times, noticing the water getting louder, faster. The calm campsite starts to feel like a trap.
I shouldn't have said anything. It's just getting worse. I charged my lantern overnight. There is a serious amount of condensation in here. Could probably do with a bit more ventilation. Handy if I turned on the lantern. We have a good 2 hours before the sunrise, so plenty of time. Once we don't get washed away in the meantime, you know. I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm not going to panic.
By early morning, it's clear the situation is changing fast. The river is rising, the ground is soaking, and water begins creeping closer to the tent.
I think I might have pushed my luck last night. It looks very close to flooding. Really, really close. It's even flooded on the other side, just a little bit. But yeah, I think I need to be getting my arse out of here now, sooner rather than later. Just as I was putting down the bag, I noticed that it's already starting to flood. You can see it streaming down here and it's going right behind my tent.
By the end, it's no longer about comfort or fear, it's about getting out. The area is already starting to flood, and he realizes he may have pushed his luck camping in that spot. What began as a quiet night in nature turns into a reminder of how quickly things can shift. Out there, it's not always what you hear in the dark. It's what you don't notice until it's too late. Strayed Explorer is a paranormal and abandoned location creator known for entering haunted woods, old ruins, and unsettling places alone at night. His videos often feel unpredictable because the fear comes from both possible paranormal activity and real people who may be hiding nearby. In this video, he returns to Cannock Chase after a terrifying investigation the week before. This time he plans to camp near a pool of water he spotted by drone. But the area feels wrong almost immediately. As he walks in, he hears movement behind him, talks about the legend of the black-eyed child, and admits he feels like something is about to happen.
Sounds like something moving right behind me. I was reading one of your comments just today about the black-eyed child, explaining that it can actually be seen in the day as well, and Hello?
After choosing a camp spot, the unease gets worse. He feels paranoid, keeps hearing things, and eventually has to move.
Shall we? Shall we set up in here somewhere? I can't shake this feeling. Like there's something here.
Then takes a disturbing turn when he hears what sounds like someone arguing deep in the woods.
I don't know what is going on. For about 5 minutes now. Let me just fix this. I'll start again in a minute. It went quiet before. It sounds like people arguing. And it's been going on for about 5 minutes, so I'm hoping it's not someone setting up to camp.
The strange part is that he can only hear one voice, possibly a woman or young boy, shouting for long periods, and then suddenly going silent.
Why can I only hear one voice? One sec. I'm going to get a little bit closer. I'll find out what's going on. Hope I don't lose my back.
creeps closer to investigate and hears the voice repeatedly, saying something like, "Look at me."
I can hear a voice coming from that direction there. Look at me, she's saying. Where's the other voice? She just keeps saying, "Look at me." Right, let's get back to camp and just think this through.
Back at camp, the voice keeps returning from different directions, and he becomes increasingly nervous that whoever it is may be moving closer. While cooking in the dark, gunshots start echoing from multiple directions. Movement surrounds him, and his device gives chilling responses like, "He's coming. Run," and "Forest not safe."
He's coming. I hope that's showing alright on that camera. She just said, "He's coming." Sky, he's coming. Who's coming?
At that point, he rushes to eat, packs up, and leaves in panic after hearing something sucking through its teeth nearby and someone striking a tree. The final scare comes at his car, where something appears to follow him back, possibly hitting the vehicle and leaving what looks like a handprint.
Can you see anything? I just saw a light in there then. Is that a handprint? She smacked the back window.
By the end, he is convinced this was not just a normal argument in the woods, but something deeply unsafe stalking the area. Jesse's Drone Adventures is run by Jesse, a desert explorer and drone creator known for uncovering scenic roads, hidden history, and remote places across Arizona and the Southwest. His videos usually feel adventurous and relaxed, but this one adds real tension as a simple drive turns into a risky off-road descent. In this video, Jesse takes on Schnebly Hill Road, a historic route leading down towards Sedona. At first, the drive seems peaceful, with pine forest, smooth sections, and beautiful high country views. But he quickly hints that the road is going to get much rougher than expected. The first major stop comes at Foxborough Dam.
Look at how beautiful this is. This is almost like something out of a movie. I was gonna get my drone up in the air, but it looks like there's a bunch of ducks over there. I still might get it up in the air, but I might stick to this side of the road. I don't want to bother them. They look like they're having the time of their life over there, just sitting on the grass by the pond, enjoying this absolutely gorgeous day.
This was the perfect spring day to be up here. The temperature was in the mid-70s, mostly clear blue skies aside from a few feather-like clouds scattered across the sky. And then there was that thick, fresh pine scent just hanging in the air, and I mean thick, like Magnum P.I.'s mustache thick.
An abandoned 1920 structure built to create water for cattle. The old stone dam looks weathered and forgotten, with a large gap forming in the middle, giving the area a strange, abandoned feeling before the difficult road begins. The real danger starts when Jesse reaches the rough descent.
Just made it to one of a few stops that we'll be making on our way down Schnebly Hill Road. And I do believe this is called Schnebly Hill Overlook or Schnebly Hill Vista, as the sign says over there. I love making these driving videos. They're absolutely fun. But one thing I've realized is you gotta break it up, stop every so often, take in the sights and take in that fresh air. Feels so amazing up here.
From above, the road looks manageable through the drone, but once he drives it, the trail becomes rocky, narrow, and technical. He has to carefully guide the Jeep over rough terrain, hearing clanks underneath and stopping to check if anything has broken.
Coming down a road like this on the side of a hill, you tend to start asking yourself questions, such as, how old is this road? Who had the bright idea to build it? And most importantly, why? I can only assume that, to go through all the trouble of constructing a road like this, through the rugged and unpredictable terrain, someone must have had a really good reason for doing so, and it probably served a greater purpose other than catering to Jeep tours and off-road vehicles. But before I fill you in on the details, I need to make a quick pit stop and make sure everything with the Jeep is looking good.
As he continues down, the risk becomes more serious. The road forces him close to exposed edges, and he explains that one wrong move around a rock could send the vehicle hundreds of feet down into the canyon. Later, Jesse makes another risky decision by hiking up a windy red rock outcropping.
I can never pass up a hike in Sedona, and I've been told this trail only gets busier as the warmer months approach. Since I was the only one out here, I wanted to make the most of it. And it's extremely hard to pass up views like this.
The climb becomes slick and nerve-wracking, especially when he reaches a narrow ledge where a fall could be serious.
This is gonna be a little slick, but this side isn't so steep compared to the other side. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get to the top. Definitely not on this side. One thing I always judge a hike on, or something to climb like this, is if I fall, how far will I fall? And if I fall over there, I'm going all the way down. I wouldn't mind hiking to the top right here, but we'll see.
Even though he makes it to the top safely, the wind and height make the moment feel genuinely dangerous. By the end, the road calms down, but the journey leaves a strong impression. What began as an easy scenic drive becomes a tense reminder that historic desert roads can still be beautiful, unpredictable, and unforgiving. Under the Weather is a wild camping creator known for solo overnight camps in unusual, uncomfortable, and sometimes risky locations. His videos usually have a relaxed and funny tone, but this one becomes tense fast because the danger feels very real. In this video, he heads into the grounds of Lennox Castle, an abandoned 18th century asylum site, planning to camp in the creepy woods nearby. Early on, he explores the empty outbuildings and old paths, with the place already looking like something from a horror film.
Some graffiti. Yep, you could do worse than an emergency than staying here. Yeah. Back door to nowhere. Very nice. Right, keep on looking. Oh wow. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's pretty decent. Nice. Right, keep on going. We're going to find the actual castle.
When he reaches the castle, the atmosphere gets darker, with broken entrances, graffiti, pitch-black rooms, dripping water, and unstable-looking stonework.
All right, now we're talking. See if we can give you a view of that. Dun dun dun. Yeah, this would have been the front steps. Big metal door. Let's have a look. Oh, this might be the morgue. God. No, it's not. Jeez, I thought it was coffins, but it's not coffins. This could have been maybe just a little locker room or a storage room. This does not seem very safe with all those rocks. And something dripping. Yeah.
He eventually finds a possible hidden camp spot near the ruins, but he is already worried about people showing up during the night. That fear becomes real not long after when he hears people nearby and decides to wait until dark before setting up properly.
Corner for a minute. I think they're just there for a little exploration. We'll see. Hopefully they're not up to any up to no good, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to hang out here. I mean, it's going to be dark in the next hour anyway, so I don't think many more people will turn up. So we'll see. Let's just wait it out for a bit and see where they go.
The situation fully changes once his tent is up. Just as he is about to cook and settle in, several men arrive at the castle with beer, music, and torches. More people then show up, turning the abandoned asylum grounds into a party spot.
Basically, I was going to stop the video here because as I was ready to set up my camera, ready to get the fire going, 3 guys just walked past right into the castle. Hear beer bottles clinking, then tunes going straight away, techno. God knows how they didn't see me. So all I could do was grab my stuff in the tent, and I packed my bag. Basically took my bag down to the little building that you saw, then came back and dragged my tent down. And at this point, 3 or 4 other people had turned up, walking up the road. From there, I dragged my tent down a bit, and then there was more people coming up. Once they passed, I dragged my tent down the road until I found a little hill, and dragged up the side of this hill and put my tent behind a tree, and basically hunkered down there all night. And so I'll just let you see the rest of it.
Instead of risking being seen, he quickly packs up and drags his entire tent away in the dark. The most stressful part comes as he hides on a ridge with his lights off, unsure who the people are or whether they will stay all night. He admits he may have to cut the video short and simply hunker down, keeping quiet while chaos continues outside. By morning, he reveals he spent the whole night hidden behind a tree on a hill, with people walking up and down the closed road until around 1 a.m.
Let's just see. Yeah, it can be seen, but yeah, it's not too bad. So I'll just turn you around. There's the road. Now bear in mind this road's closed, it's not cars, it's just people, so there's the tent up there. These people walking past up and down here. Oh, no, well, not all night. I stopped about 1 o'clock, but I can't believe I got up that hill. Yeah, I pulled my tent up this hill with my bag and everything. Wow, and I just missed the people walking back and forth. Jesus. Right, let's see if we can get down the hill without slipping a bit in my neck. Really fun.
What was meant to be a spooky asylum camp turns into a real stealth survival situation, where avoiding other people becomes the scariest part of the night. Wandering Simon is an outdoor adventure creator known for remote hikes, bothy stays, and honest, humorous solo camping videos. His trips often feel relaxed, but this one has a darker edge because he is returning to Ben Alder Bothy, said to be one of the most haunted and remote bothies in Scotland. At the start, Simon explains that the bothy is around 9 miles from the nearest road and has a haunted reputation. He visited before, but had to share the place with others. So this time, he hopes to experience it alone.
I went here last year. It's Ben Alder Bothy next to Loch Hendricht. It's apparently the most haunted and most remote bothy in the whole of Scotland, if not in the whole of the UK.
The hike in is long, cold, and boggy, with slippery rocks and freezing hands, making the journey feel more exhausting the closer he gets. When he finally reaches the bothy, he confirms nobody is inside and gives a tour of the empty rooms.
Last time I was here, there was a lot of logs here and different things. Unfortunately, not anymore. And then you've got the room where I stayed last time, which is this. Let's go. This is the room.
The place feels isolated, old, and atmospheric, especially with the wind outside and no one else for miles. He settles into the main room, chops wood, lights a fire, and cooks aketik Polish dumplings, turning the creepy location into a surprisingly cozy night. But the real disturbance happens after he stops filming. In the morning, Simon explains that just as he was falling asleep, someone suddenly opened the door to his room and casually asked if he was sleeping.
As I mentioned, something happened during the night as I was staying in the bothy. It wasn't ghosts, I'll say that outright. I headed for the night into my sleeping bag around 9 p.m. I was still watching something, and that's what I usually do, try to fall asleep as something's just playing in the background. And at 9:30, I was already pretty much asleep. I hear some noises and I hear a door opening, and I realize someone's coming in. And a guy nonchalantly opens my door and says, "Hey, you sleeping?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just identifying as a sardine." That's what I would have liked to have said. Unfortunately, I only managed to say, "Yep," and that was the end of our conversation.
The interruption ruins the calm and makes the remote bothy feel far less private. Things get worse later when, in the middle of the night, he hears the door open again, followed by the sound of someone violently being sick on the floor in the hallway. The couple then spends time cleaning, opening and closing doors while he tries to rest. By morning, Simon leaves quickly, not because of ghosts, but because the real people who arrived in the dark made the haunted bothy feel awkward, uncomfortable, and impossible to enjoy. Search for Supernatural is a paranormal investigation channel focused on haunted properties, strange energy, spirit communication, and unexplained activity caught during overnight investigations. In this video, the team investigates CJ Faison's Pocamo Ranch, a remote wooded property surrounded by stories of portals, ley lines, shadows, whistles, and unexplained movement. Before the investigation even begins, they explain that several strange things happened off camera, including phantom figures running through the woods, knocks inside the house, lights appearing in empty rooms, and a deafening silence so intense it made their ears ring. This sets the tone immediately.
This was by far one of the strangest places that we've probably ever been to. Now I know there's talks of, it being haunted or it not being haunted, or, it's just some random house out in nowhere. This place did not let us down. From the minute we got there and stepped out of the truck, now granted, we're miles into the woods. The deafening silence that took over was so intense that we had to talk to each other to stop our ears from ringing. Now the energy of this place when we started our investigation had us so scatterbrained that it was hard to complete the investigation itself. I mean, from forgetting equipment in rooms to forgetting equipment in the truck, for charging equipment, just nothing was getting accomplished. I mean, we were like two school kids chasing each other around a playground.
The place feels wrong from the moment they arrive. As they speak with Chris near the property, the history becomes even darker.
this property, we're gonna know here relatively soon, but was more than likely owned by one of the most famous people in Delaware that did a
serial killer,
horrendous
That the
things.
Patty Cannon thing. I don't know much about it. You know more.
Yeah.
Delaware's only serial killer, right?
Yeah, Patty Cannon.
Phew.
So all that dirt in that basement might have bodies in there. Is that what you're saying?
There's a potential, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna take ground penetrating radar up in there, and we were told not to disturb any of the dirt yet and all that. So we're all right.
They discuss possible connections to Patty Cannon, bodies possibly hidden beneath dirt in the basement, and a terrifying story about a blood-curdling scream heard near Burnt Bridge. Soon after, they hear crying whistles and movement from the same direction where ley lines are believed to run. The tension builds inside and around the house when they spot strange lights, hear movement everywhere, and notice sudden cold spots that seem to follow the activity. It feels as if something is circling them through the woods, always nearby but never visible.
I'm so hungry. My stomach is all rattled and I feel like it's ruining the video.
So we keep hearing, movement everywhere. No matter where we go, into the barn, to the driveway, it just sounds like there's people just shuffling all over the place.
And it doesn't sound like, it sounds like 2 feet walking. It's not no animals. You would hear the animals. It's nothing like that. It's kind of crazy. We just saw somebody down to in front of us and it's getting creepy.
Yeah, it's getting a little fucking weird out here. The fact that we keep hearing shit, but we can't see anybody where they're running off to, where they're going. Unless these dudes know these trail systems like the back of their hand, I don't think anybody's cutting through these thick-ass woods. They're fucking... How the fuck are you gonna run without a light? Unless you got some night vision goggles on.
The most frightening part comes during the walk to Burnt Bridge. The bridge is tied to the story of a woman and child dying there, and once they arrive, they hear what sounds like crying or whimpering near the water.
Whoa. Now granted, we are in the woods right now, in the middle of nowhere, so I know there's going to be creaks and rustling sounds, but
You hear that? That sounded like a crying.
As they leave, they hear footsteps, voices, whistles, and what sounds like someone following them in the fog.
You got a fucking flashlight, bro. What? There was a lady's voice.
Nah, bro. I hear that. Dude, can we come on?
Seeming to connect back to the water and death nearby.
Oh, no, bro, no.
By the end, the team feels overwhelmed, confused, and surrounded by something they cannot explain.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? Shoot.
Oh, come on! What happened when they walked out? They put behind bars. They were put behind bars?
Every year, thousands of hikers report strange encounters on the trail, but almost none of them have proof. Ray Gloom's real-life encounters follows a seemingly normal hike that quickly turns into something far more unsettling. The video begins casually, with two hikers enjoying a steep trail and joking about the terrain. But the mood shifts almost instantly when one of them hears something strange. a high-pitched scream echoing through the woods.
Did you hear that? Yeah, it's like a twig snapping. A little louder than that. Okay, I'm gonna bring the selfie stick back down.
That was like a scream, though. Like a eerie scream.
Well, I heard the wind. I think it was just the wind.
This one's no wind.
I heard a twig snap over there.
At first, it's dismissed as wind or imagination, but the unease is already there. As they continue, the environment itself begins to feel wrong. A nearby squirrel starts acting aggressively, making loud warning sounds.
He's doing that warning thing. You know that squirrels do that warning thing?
Yeah.
He's doing it right now.
Not at them, but seemingly at something else.
Okay, well, where did you hear it? This way?
Yeah, I heard it that way. Like, we're walking towards it. Like, it was a girl, like, screaming.
Instead of calming down as they move away, it becomes more frantic, almost like it's trying to warn them.
Oh, of course, your ears are better than mine. Oh, it's doing that warning thing again. But we're walking away from it. Dude, he's mad.
He's mad. He's growling.
Is he mad at us or is he mad at something else?
I don't know.
We were getting further away from him, not closer. Dude, it's like he's warning us, not against us. Well, okay.
Mates, then things escalate. They come across a fallen tree that doesn't seem familiar, making the trail feel suddenly different and disorienting. Moments later, the scream returns. This time louder, clearer, and impossible to ignore.
I'm really confused.
Oh, stop. But listen.
It sounded like the girl's scream.
Okay, I heard it that time. Dude, let's just get out of here. That actually
Do
really...
this.
Wait, do you think someone's in trouble though?
I don't know. This isn't the path we took coming up. Where are we?
Panic starts creeping in when one of them spots movement in the trees, followed by a sudden drop in temperature.
Oh! Something just moved over there.
I saw it.
Something just moved.
Holy cow. I'm actually very terrified right now.
The situation turns serious as they consider that someone or something might actually be nearby. The most disturbing moment comes when they investigate a strange area off the trail.
Sounded like another squirrel doing the warning thing.
It came from me. Is this all happening?
Oh, that is creepy. Dude, there's something here.
What?
But there's nothing like an animal or anything here. Look if someone left. See?
There they find a black skull and rose chain leading under a log, as if connected to something hidden. The atmosphere becomes freezing cold, and the tension spikes instantly. Then everything falls apart. A scream erupts right behind them.
Okay, let's just go.
I'm freezing right now.
This is actually really creepy. Wait, can you hear that? Okay, let's just go.
Dude, she just screamed right behind me, bro.
And in the chaos, one of their group, Camelot Tim, suddenly disappears, where in what follows is pure confusion and fear.
Dude, Hamilton, come on. What? Okay, where are you, Hamilton? Oh, where's Hamilton? I don't get it. Where'd he go? Hamilton was there and he's just gone. There's the camping place, and there's the bridge.
As they search for him near the river, unable to explain how he vanished so quickly.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? Shoot. Where do you get down? Dude?
Yeah, man.
Okay, what the heck just happened?
This one hits hard because it starts normal and then reality slowly breaks down. Jesse's Drone Adventures is run by Jesse, a creator known for exploring remote desert landscapes and uncovering unusual, often forgotten locations using both hiking and drone footage. His content focuses on real-world discoveries, but the isolation of these places often gives them an eerie, almost abandoned feel. In this video, Jesse sets out into southern Utah after finding a mysterious image online. Early on, he discovers a shocking sight.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Probably a couple dozen old cars embedded into that wall there.
Dozens of old cars embedded into a canyon wall, tightly packed together in a way that looks unnatural and unsettling at first glance. As he moves closer, he points out crushed metal, intact headlights, and car parts frozen in place, making it feel like a graveyard of vehicles lost in time. He later explains that this was actually used for erosion control, but the visuals still feel bizarre and out of place.
I was noticing on some of these cars here, you can see they use some sort of wire to prevent the door from opening to hold all that rock in there. Yeah, if you didn't use cars like this to kind of help support the road, it wouldn't be here that long, especially after a good downpour.
The tone suddenly shifts when Jesse encounters the aftermath of a serious bike crash. A man is already calling emergency services while another person lies injured on the ground, adding a real sense of danger and unpredictability to the trip. Later, Jesse finds an even more extreme version of the same phenomenon, Car Canyon, where rusted vehicles are scattered and wedged into canyon walls.
But would you look at that? Cars sticking out of the canyon walls. I'll tell you guys a little bit about them, or as much as I do know about them, as we continue on with the adventure here. There's some more over here. Wow, look at all this. Hard to tell if all of this is cars. It's just sheet metal, steel. There has got to be a way to get down there, and mark my words, we will find a way down there, one way or another. If we can't climb down right here, it looks like we'll be able to get down over there. The census on the internet.
As he hikes down, the terrain becomes unstable and risky, with steep drops and loose ground. He pushes further, attempting to climb closer, but slipping and injuring his knee, highlighting how dangerous the environment really is.
I tried to put one foot there and then try to grapple on to this little crevice right there, but it wasn't working. Every time I would put my foot on there, I would just fall. Kind of banged up my knee a little bit. It's not too bad, but I'm not gonna keep trying. It is just way too slick. This looked pretty easy on Google, but sometimes you don't know until you get there.
Is it the most unsettling part, which just comes when he explains the origin? These cars may have been deliberately pushed into the canyon decades ago after people abandoned them, leaving behind a massive hidden dumping ground in the desert.
Now for the million-dollar question. How did all of these cars end up down here? Well, a blog post that I found online, which is identical to many other online articles, said the following. If you ask locals about this place, many of them will give you a similar story about how there was a mass exodus from the town of Page, Arizona, shortly after the construction of Glen Canyon Dam, which was completed back in 1966. After its completion, many of the residents were out of work, and they decided that it would be best to pick up everything and leave. Well, everything except for their cars. But I would imagine there was probably something wrong with all of these vehicles, or maybe they just didn't run, because why would you leave behind a good running car?
Even though the video ends peacefully, the idea of entire cars discarded into a remote canyon and left there for decades gives the whole exploration a strangely haunting feeling. Paranormal Discovery is run by a creator known for solo overnight investigations in isolated wilderness areas, often mixing camping, spirit communication, and possible cryptid activity. His videos usually feel raw and unfiltered, with a lot of focus on strange noises, unseen movement, and the growing tension of being alone deep in the woods. In this video, he returns to the Deadlands with his dog Kia, setting up a large hot tent in an area where he previously experienced disturbing activity. At first, the episode feels like a normal winter camp setup, but the atmosphere starts turning uneasy once he notices odd movement and possible visitors nearby.
Looks like someone's coming. Good girl, you stay. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Soon after, he hears strange sounds around camp and starts describing the area as having weird vibes.
That was weird. We need to get the wood. Boy. Hello? It's really strange out here.
The most unsettling stretch begins when he uses a spirit app inside the tent. The responses quickly become personal and threatening, with messages suggesting he is being followed and could be harmed if he stays.
We can throw something.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
The shadows know your name.
What the hell?
Believe us.
What the?
I'm happy.
You know my name. Can you say my name then? Can you say my name?
You're being followed.
That tension only gets worse when the app seems to reference things it should not know, making him believe something may have been with him since he arrived. Things escalate outside the tent when he hears movement, possible voices, and what sounds like hostile people in the area.
Okay, so there's someone ripping down. They just yelled F me. They literally just yelled fuck you. What the hell? I think someone came and was messing with me. Well, if they...
He begins to suspect that the same truck seen earlier may belong to a group circling the campsite. Not long after, more noises, tree knocks, and tracks in the ground make the area feel even more dangerous, especially since he cannot tell whether he is dealing with people, animals, or something else entirely. The scariest moment of the entire video happens near the end, when he tries to leave the tent.
Whoa! What the? What the? Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Yo, something just barricaded me in here. Whoa. Yo, check this out.
And discovers that a heavy tree has been placed directly across the entrance, effectively barricading him inside while he slept. From there, panic fully takes over. He becomes convinced that someone or something is still nearby, then injures his ankle during the final confrontation outside.
Oh, come on! Oh, shit! Whoa! Fuck! Oh shit! Fuck! I just rolled my ankle. Ow! Come on, son of a bitch! Something's out there. Hello? Show yourself! Oh, damn, my right ankle just rolled.
By the end, he abandons the investigation and leaves shaken, convinced the campsite is no longer safe. Outdoor girl Sophie is a creator known for calm, minimalist outdoor adventures, focusing on simple camping trips and realistic beginner experiences in nature. Her videos are usually peaceful, but this one adds a layer of uncertainty as she attempts something completely new, spending the night alone in a hammock. At the start, Sophie explains that despite it being spring, temperatures are still dropping below freezing at night, immediately setting up the challenge of staying warm.
And yeah, camp for the night. It is a little bit cold today, even though it's spring. It has been around negative temperatures during the night, so I just hope that I can stay warm in my sleeping bag.
As she heads deeper into the forest, she looks for a quiet, isolated spot away from other people, eventually choosing 2 trees to set up her hammock. The setup process shows her inexperience as she struggles to figure out the correct height and positioning. When she finally tests it, there is visible hesitation.
Let's see if it can hold my weight up. Oh my god. I think it's working.
But relief when it holds. Out after adding a tarp above, the setup begins to look more secure and cozy. Once darkness falls, the trip shifts into a more traditional camping routine.
It's completely dark now and it has gotten pretty cold, so I moved myself to underneath the tarp. I hope that it's a little bit less cold underneath here. And it is 7 in the evening and I'm getting pretty hungry, so time to cook up some dinner.
She cooks a warm meal and settles in. But the real challenge begins when she tries to sleep.
Okay, now it's time to try and get into this hammock. I am very much in doubt of how it will go. Oh. Okay, it's not falling down.
The hammock feels unstable, constantly moving, and she struggles with the lack of comfort and access to her gear. She even admits she does not understand why hammock camping is popular, fearing she might fall during the night. However, by morning, the experience takes a surprising turn. Despite the cold and rain during the night, Sophie reveals she actually slept well, changing her entire perspective.
I made it through the night in the hammock, and I actually did sleep pretty good. So I apologize for being so negative about the hammock yesterday. It has been cozy.
By the end, the trip feels like a success, showing that even simple, slightly uncomfortable experiences can turn into something rewarding, and that you do not need much to enjoy nature. Your Straight Explorer is run by a creator who focuses on haunted locations, abandoned sites, and paranormal investigations, often exploring dark woods, ruined structures, and places with violent local history. His videos usually combine on-the-spot reactions, spirit communication, and real fear. In this video, he returns with Lottie to a haunted forest and old mine system that viewers had strongly requested to see again. Early on, they explain the brutal history of the mines, including reports of children being whipped, women forced back to work.
So you are here. So we are heading tonight back into the haunted forest with the mines. What I did, you all asked for Lottie to come, so here she is.
I'm here.
This is the place where I got two crazy EVPs. One said, mind your head, or please watch your head. And the other one said, I killed them down here.
And the thing is, these mines do have horrendous history attached to them. Like awful things happen down there.
And generations of suffering underground. That backstory already makes the place feel deeply disturbing before any paranormal activity even begins. As they move deeper into the woods, and the tone grows darker when they talk about getting lost there before, a strange, tarp-covered hole with a deer skull on top, and even a deer head nailed to a tree. Those details make the forest feel dangerous in a very human way, not just supernatural. Then, once they begin spirit communication, things escalate quickly.
We're here to talk with you.
Last time I was here, something ran at me. I want to speak with you again.
I'm here.
Amen, it said, didn't it?
Whose bag is this?
The responses become unnerving, especially when they ask about going to the mine and seem to get told to stay, followed by what sounds like a whistle in the woods.
Are we going to be okay going to the mine tonight?
Welcome. Is it totally shut? What?
The investigation becomes even more unsettling near the mine, where the spirit device repeatedly references children, matching the tragic history they had just read about. Inside the mine, they try EVP work and hear strange scraping and movement-like sounds around them.
What was that noise?
It sounded almost like, if you had a stick and you ran it down across the wall. That's what it sounded like to me, like someone begun to...
Is there someone standing right there?
2 syllables.
Something over you.
As if something is shifting in the darkness. The scariest stretch comes later in the woods, when the device suggests children were put behind bars.
California. What happened when they walked out?
We put behind bars.
They were put
They were
behind
put
bars.
behind bars? What happened when they walked out? They were put behind bars?
That's mad.
Would they have been?
I've got a really creepy feeling.
Yeah, I know, I heard something there.
I'm so sorry, I can't concentrate for lessons watching through
And both explorers begin feeling watched. Soon after, they are suddenly swarmed by horseflies. Panic sets in, and they rush through the forest in red light while hearing footsteps and odd noises behind them. When they later find a bone wedged into a tree, the whole night feels less like a ghost hunt and more like something is actively driving them out.
There's a bone in it, a jawbone. Oh no, it's not a jaw.
What is it? Andy, what is that in the tray? Andy, I'm freaked out. What is it? What is it?
Some sort of bone.
Why is it there?
I don't know.
Andy, what the hell? Don't touch it.
Why?
What if it's cursed? Why would someone put that there?
By the end, both are badly shaken, convinced they were being followed the entire way back. Under the Weather is a camping creator who mixes relaxed wild camping videos with a more rough, improvised style, often showing the reality of solo overnights in difficult weather. His content usually feels casual and funny, but this episode takes a sudden turn into something much more unsettling during the night. In this video, he heads out for his first winter camp, setting up beside a river in very wet conditions. Early on, the focus is on the usual camp routine, trying to get a fire going in soggy ground, unpacking a new winter sleeping bag, and settling into camp despite the bad weather. The mood stays light for a while, especially when he starts making coffee and accidentally spills milk everywhere, followed by a messy attempt at cooking chicken wings over the fire. Once he retreats into the tent for the night, the video starts to change. The sound of the nearby waterfall already makes the camp feel isolated.
Right, I think that's me ready to settle in. Trying out the new bag, which says pretty cozy. I think I'm actually going to be too hot.
Whereas the truly disturbing part begins in the middle of the night, when he suddenly wakes up and starts reacting to noises outside the tent.
Now the thing is, I'm kind of on an island here, so there's river on that side, river on that side. It's very hard to get down here if it's a human, that is. Hello?
He hears what sounds like a person nearby and becomes increasingly alarmed, even saying he has a knife with him. What makes the moment especially creepy is that he keeps reminding himself that nobody should realistically be able to reach him easily because of the water surrounding the campsite. Things escalate further when he hears more unexplained sounds outside, including what he describes as laughing and possible footsteps in the water. He starts panicking, jokes darkly about being stuck there for the night, and clearly goes from suspicious to genuinely scared. By morning, the danger seems gone. But the overnight stay has changed completely from a simple winter camp into a tense and vulnerable solo night, where he felt trapped with something moving just outside his tent.
Oh my god. Listen to this. That says, help me.
What was that? What the f is that?
These hikers had no idea what was watching them from the trees, but their cameras caught everything. In this video, we will go through 6 of the most disturbing hiking encounters ever caught on camera. This video comes from the channel Fort Spooky, where Susie investigates haunted locations with a simple real-time style focused on voices, knocks, movement, and direct interaction during the investigation. In this episode, she returns to a farmhouse she says is worth revisiting, this time with Josh, who has never been there before.
Tonight we've come to a farmhouse. This is Josh's first time. I have been here a few times now. I like revisiting places that are worth a revisit, and this place is definitely worth a revisit. I'm not sure on the history of the place, but it's quite a big farmhouse and it is quite creepy. But me and Josh are going to try our best to get any paranormal evidence tonight, so enjoy the investigation.
Very early on, they seem to get activity. Susie reacts to a possible voice in another room.
Hello, my name's Susie.
My name's Josh.
You might remember me. I came here a few weeks ago now to visit, brought a friend with me this time. This is Josh, and we're very friendly. We want to come spend a bit of time with you for a while, keep you company, but we can't see you. So if you could make noises just to let us know that you're here, we'd really appreciate that. Could you knock, or if you can use your voice or whistle, anything, just let us know you're here.
There's movement near Josh's bag, and both of them hear strange rustling sounds they cannot explain.
Did something just move on your bag?
Yeah.
And I just heard a whisper in there.
Something's just gone.
Well, you've not been against anything. I've got you on camera anyway.
My zips, guys, on my bag. I've just been...
But as that happened, there was like a...
That's freaked... Sorry, that's freaked
No,
out.
I know, because it's touched you, so...
Did you just touch my bag? Or were you the voice that Susie heard?
It's okay, we're not scared. We want you to do things.
One of the strongest recurring elements is the sound of footsteps upstairs, when they hear them several times while standing in the corridor, and Susie says the activity seems to be centered around that area.
Okay.
Could you come downstairs for us? We can't actually come up to you because the floors are unsafe. You don't need to be afraid of us. We come with total peace and respect to yourself and your home.
The basement section is the highlight of the whole video. Josh says he sees what looks like a hand wrapped around a door, which unsettles him because he says he normally does not see things during paranormal investigations.
What's behind that door?
The basement. With a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the basement. You want to go up?
I've just seen a hand around that door.
Oh, I just heard movement over there as well.
I don't see things with paranormal at all. I really don't. I just seen...
Is it around the bottom?
Yeah. There was literally... I don't know whether it was just something like a light that's reflected and I've just caught it at a bad angle, or whether it actually was a hand that I've seen. This is the second location I think I've seen something.
Right after that, there is more movement. He slips badly, and they both hear loud noises above them, which makes the whole moment feel chaotic and tense. Back upstairs, they continue getting possible responses through knocks and movement, especially around the staircase.
Are you up here?
Seems to be all around the stairs.
I feel like they're upstairs, you know.
Is it residual that time of night? Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
They're all gathering upstairs.
Yeah, it's getting late now, isn't it? It's getting close.
Yeah, are they all like chatting and...
Nearly midnight.
Yeah.
Could be.
Later, the conversation shifts toward a possible family presence, with names like Stephen and references to a mother and children coming up during the session.
Was you the woman of the house? Was you the man of the house? What were some of the names on the wall? Stephen.
Stephen was one. And Wendy.
Wendy. Is there anyone in this house that is or knows Stephen?
Fuck off.
Yeah. Are you Stephen?
Near the end, Susie believes she hears a woman singing softly, which becomes one of the eeriest details of the night.
I just heard someone singing.
Did you? Oh my god, Susie, it's fine, don't worry. So, it was your hand moving, I seen an inflection of the glass.
Someone was just singing.
What's that?
I don't know what it was saying, but it was like... It came from in front of me, but I don't know where.
This video comes from the channel Straight Explorer, where the creator combines solo wild camping with paranormal experiments in locations that already have a reputation for strange history and unsettling activity. In this episode, he spends the night in Hoppus Woods, an ancient woodland linked to rituals, police call-outs, and years of stories about unexplained activity.
I don't know if I've said where we are. We are in the infamous Hoppus Woods. Now this place is ancient, and I'm going to get into some of the stories later, but there has been over the years a lot of people doing rituals and stuff in here. There's been arrests, because, well, I'm going to get into that later, but yeah, this place is no joke. I've got a few little things that I want to try tonight, our own little sort of ritual, I guess you could call it. I don't know how it's going to go, pretty freaked out though.
What makes this one interesting is that the tension starts almost immediately. Before he is even fully set up, he says he hears footsteps behind him and feels like he is being watched.
About 10-15 minutes, and I was just setting up, getting my mic and that on, and I've just heard someone walking like right here.
A little later, he also thinks he sees someone vanish behind a tree in a way that doesn't make sense.
Okay, I swear I just saw someone for a split second. Am I pointing at it? By that tree there? Okay, that was really odd, that was. It was like a split second I saw someone. It was like as if they've just gone behind that tree, but that tree is no thicker than this tree. It's no thicker than that. It looked like they just walked and didn't come out the other side of it, like this. So they just walked and just vanished.
As the camp comes together, the strange sounds continue. He repeatedly hears movement, voices, Archie, and footsteps from the same area of the woods, while he sets up the hammock and collects wood. once darkness falls, the atmosphere gets even heavier, especially with the wind, the fire, and the history he reads out about rituals in the woods involving naked figures, pentagrams, bones, and police attendants in the 1980s.
The most widely reported incidents date back to the early 1980s. In 1984, Staffordshire police were called to the woods following reports of suspicious activity taking place late at night. Witnesses described seeing fires burning in secluded clearings, along with groups of individuals gathered in what appeared to be ritualistic behaviour. Now I do just want to add something to that. I don't know why it doesn't say here. It was 16 men and women that was all naked dancing around this fire doing rituals. I don't know why it's not put that bit in here, but look it up, you'll find it online.
The standout moment of the video comes when he tries recording EVPs in a tree. On playback, he reacts strongly, because one response seems to say, "Help me."
Oh my god. Listen to this. That says, "Help me."
Later, while in the hammock around the middle of the night, he wakes up and says he can clearly hear someone walking around outside near the fire, even though he cannot see anyone there.
So, I was just listening for 5 minutes. Someone's just been walking around out there. But I never heard them walk off. And I can't see anyone. There's nobody out there.
He is still unsure what caused the footsteps and voices, but the EVP and the repeated movement in the darkness make this one feel much more eerie than an ordinary campout. This video comes from the channel Man Dog Wild, where the focus is usually simple outdoor camp trips with his dog, showing the real side of being out in the woods instead of pretending everything goes smoothly. In this short episode, he heads into the forest with Yeti looking for a decent place to pitch camp. But the whole trip quickly falls apart.
So we're just making our way through the woods here, looking for a decent place to pitch camp. Over there, yes, I don't know. It seems a bit of a slope over there. So we're going to find a decent place to pitch camp.
Before they can properly settle on a spot, the rain suddenly starts, forcing him to stop scouting and rush into setting up some kind of shelter.
Terrible place to pitch camp. It's no good. What a wrong decision that me and he estimated. Don't have enough bungees. The bungee is not good enough. And it's pretty much pissing it down right now. So,
the most interesting part of the video is really how honest it is. He admits the place they chose was a terrible camp spot and says he underestimated the setup because he did not have enough bungees to secure the poncho well enough in the weather. As the rain keeps coming down, both he and Yeti are already soaked, and he realizes it makes more sense to take everything down and move rather than pretend it will work.
So, we're, Yeti's wet, I'm wet, so we might as well just take this shit down and fucking redo it somewhere else, I reckon, gentlemen. What do you think? I think Yeti thinks yes.
There is also a nice bit of personality in the way he talks about Yeti explaining that she absolutely hates rain and even avoids splashing water when they are out walking normally.
She hates the rain. She hates getting wet. Full stop. If we're walking by the waterfront and the waves are crashing up, we have to go to the other side of the street. So yeah, she does not tolerate these kind of shenanigans.
By the end, the whole camp is basically abandoned before it ever really begins. He points out that the moment they finally get the poncho up properly, the rain stops. But by then, it is already too late because they are both drenched.
It stops raining, but by now it's too late. I mean, we're soaked. And this is the price you pay for not being out here, you know, owning your skills. I haven't been out for maybe a good 6 months. Like, seriously?
What makes the clip stand out is not drama or paranormal stuff, but the realism. Bad weather, bad timing, rusty outdoor skills, and a camp trip that just does not go to plan. This video comes from the channel What's Up with James, where he mixes camping with light paranormal investigations in unusual locations. Yet in this episode, he spends the night in an abandoned ghost town known for a few recurring claims. People feeling watched, phantom headlights, and sightings of a lady in white walking the road.
So today we're spending the night at this abandoned ghost town that has some mild paranormal claims. So the most common paranormal claims are that you feel watched when you're out here. There's phantom headlights that go up and down the road, and there's also a lady in white that wanders up and down the road.
During the day, he explores the town, showing collapsed buildings, old homes, and structures that feel frozen in time, which already creates an uneasy atmosphere.
But I'm going to start off with just walking through the town while we got daylight and checking out all of the buildings and stuff like that. The stone, the walls will stand for a really long time, but now that the roof is caved in and into the store, it seems like maybe it was a hotel at some point too, or a motel. In all honesty, it was probably a service center, a motel, somebody's house, the general store. It was probably a few different things. This has been a relatively new phenomena that's been happening to me the last couple places I've gone. Everything is falling apart, and the light bulbs are not broken. That has been tripping me out.
Once night falls, he begins investigating inside one of the buildings. Almost immediately, he says he felt something come up behind him, which makes him visibly uncomfortable.
We're in the middle of the hallway. But yeah, it's said that there's an uneasy feeling of being watched that comes from this building. So, tape recorder's right there. I was just in here filming a short, and I did feel, it was really weird, but I felt something come up behind me.
While running an EVP and EMF session, he tries to communicate, asking if something is there or watching visitors.
And that made me really uncomfortable. So, if you are the thing that came up behind me, can you come talk to me through this device that I have sitting right here on this old furnace? If you watch people from inside this building when they're in the town, can you come tell me your name?
At one point, he believes he gets responses through the EMF, including what he interprets as signals that Something is upset he is inside.
Okay, what do you want to be known? Let's do 2 beeps for yes, 1 beep for no, okay? Okay, so, okay. Do you want me to stay and talk to you? Do you want me to let it be known? Do you want to get your name out there, your voice out there, your last knowings out there?
Worse, things get stranger when he hears a beep coming from down the hallway that sounds like it mimics his own device, something he cannot explain.
Okay, this is really gonna sound weird, but I just heard a beep that mimicked this from down the hallway. I don't know if my camera picked that up, but that was pretty scary. I just heard a beep.
After that, he moves outside to investigate the road, focusing on the reports of ghost headlights and the woman in white. Despite the darkness and isolation, he does not capture anything visual, but the setting itself feels extremely tense. By the end of the night, nothing definitive is caught on camera, but the combination of the feeling of being watched, the strange EMF responses, and the unexplained sound mimic makes the experience feel unsettling. He ends the video unsure of what happened, but clearly affected by how uncomfortable the location felt. Chiza Chad is a paranormal/adventure channel built around nighttime exploration, haunted locations, and written reacting to whatever strange things happen in real time. In this video, Chad and Levy enter a haunted forest said to be connected to the devil, Native American rituals, shadow figures, and voices.
This forest is actually supposed to be haunted by the devil himself. So, we're going to try to find him. This was actually built on Native American land. So they say that Native Americans actually used to do rituals back here.
Almost immediately they hear movement and creepy sounds before they even get far into the trail, which sets the tone fast.
And also, people have seen phantoms, shadow figures. Are they walking?
As they keep walking, they use a spirit app and start getting unsettling phrases like, "Bodies below," "I've been here 100 years," and references to finding something hidden in the woods.
Oh, it's off in the distance. Yo.
I've been here 100 years.
I've been here 100 years.
Are you a Native American?
Can you make like a Native American sound, like a drum sound? Or like a chant?
It's kind of weird that we have cars because literally we drove here like twice back and forth.
Birdie.
Birdie? But it's spelled... Oh, whoa.
Hello?
Whoa.
Whoa, what's that, bro? Oh, finally, let's go over there. Maybe he's over there.
Yeah, that's just somebody driving around in the back roads.
I think I heard you. Are you here? You told us to find you, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to find you, okay?
The biggest moment comes when they stop near an overgrown section and hear what they believe sounds like chanting or a scream, which clearly rattles both of them.
Supply. I wonder, like, in the summer, when this isn't so overgrown,
yeah,
you know what I mean? You just go down the path.
Definitely come back here when it's like, yeah, no more trees.
What was that? What the f is that?
Chanting. That was chanting.
the fuck was that?
Can you do it again?
Holy shit. Dude, that was crazy.
Dude, that was insane, bro. I hope the audio caught this right because that literally sounded like a chanting, bro.
Dude, that sounded like a scream.
Are you okay?
Right after that, the app gives darker replies like, "I was killed," an argument, which makes them think the scream could be tied to a violent death.
Back and let's go over here.
I was killed.
I was killed. So was that the sound of you dying?
Oh my god.
Was that the sound of you dying? That scream?
Later, they discover a strange symbol made from sticks on the ground that they describe as looking like a pentagram or ritual marking. And the app responds with bad, making that area feel even worse.
Oh, what the? Oh my god.
Why is that there?
Nah, chill, bro.
My heart gave in.
Look at this.
What the hell is that about?
The tension rises again when facial recognition on the camera appears to lock on to something in the trees while they also hear growling, voices, and battery problems with their light. By the end, the situation feels too intense to ignore. Between the chanting, the symbol, the app responses, the facial tracking, and the sounds they think could be wolves or something else moving around them, they decide to leave for safety. McTDW is a horror exploration channel focused on intense real-time encounters, abandoned places, and unsettling paranormal-style mysteries that often feel more dangerous than a normal ghost hunt. In this video, and things turn disturbing almost immediately. The pair want to leave after finding weird photographs and messages in the woods, with one poster apparently saying it is him, which makes the whole place feel targeted and personal.
Guys, we're leaving this place for now.
We're leaving like right now. There's actually some shit going on. There's a psycho who's putting up these weird ass photographs of something, saying it is him. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Mick saw like a face right similar to it. Holy shit.
Yeah, tell.
We gotta get the hell out of here. We gotta find a way out.
Oh, fuck no.
Right after that, Colin vanishes. And when Mick finds him again, Colin is panicked, talking about hearing screams and feeling like something is seriously wrong in the forest.
Nee, kom even terug, alsjeblieft. Ja? Oh, daarmee. Wat doe je? Wat ben je aan het doen? Colin. Ja? En even serieus, wat is er dan? Wat doe je?
The strangest part is their argument about what actually happened. Mick insists Colin had a hat and flashlight, dropped things while running, and was acting differently, while Colin swears he never had them and never ran at all. That contradiction is what makes the whole encounter stand out. It stops feeling like they were just scared in the woods and starts sounding like one of them may have seen an imitation, rather than the real person. A week later, they sit down and try to process everything. Instead of blaming ghosts, they connect the event to something much darker.
What happened? And
I still can't come to the conclusion of how it happened. It feels so unreal, so impossible.
I think, like, you didn't know about the flashlight, the head,
everything.
Like, I was thinking, what if the person I went into the forest at night wasn't the real you? Because you said you lost me, right?
Yeah, I did. I did lost
you. And you, until I found you in the forest at night.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, nothing makes sense about this night. Yeah. Nothing.
I cannot conclude anything of this.
No.
A skinwalker-like entity that could mimic a human's look, movements, and presence, while not actually being that person. They even reference an earlier encounter from 2 years before and say this new event feels connected.
And come to a conclusion of this adventure because there happened so many things at the same time while we were exploring something and searching for something that wasn't even there or something. We were ghost hunting.
Yeah, like
but we came across something way bigger than ghost hunting. We came across something that goes beyond a ghost.
By the end, they still cannot explain it properly, but their conclusion is clear. For part of that night, one of them may not have been with the real other person at all. That is what gives this video its fear factor, more than anything else.
Whoa! Fuck is that? What is that? What's standing there?
I'm gonna set up the REM pod on... Oh my god, I thought I just saw someone peeking at me, bro. See this?
Ah! What the fuck?
You're miles from the nearest road, no signal, no help. And something just moved behind you. What these hikers caught on camera will shock you. Rambling On is a solo camping creator known for relaxed, down-to-earth overnights in remote locations, often focusing on gear, food, and enjoying nature. His videos usually feel calm and grounded, but this one carries a quiet, underlying danger. At the start, he sets up camp and casually mentions he's pitched his tent right on the edge of a drop, joking about not wandering out in the night.
I had a bit of a faff getting the tent up. I have the inner pretty level, but the rest of it is on an angle. I had pitched it and seam sealed it at home, but I forgot to fit the inner. There's 2 of these loops on each side that should attach to the outer fly sheet, but there's nothing to attach them to, so it's going to be a bit flappy tonight. I'm not going to worry about it. This is the best little spot I found up here, and I'm literally on the edge. I'll have to remember that later when I get out in the middle of the night and I don't just go diving. I have to get myself a bit of water and get my tea on the go. I have red onions in the bag and they absolutely stank. Oh my god, they're very, very strong. They're fresh and they just stink. So yeah, I'm gonna get them on the go pretty soon.
It seems harmless at first, but the reality quickly sets in when he admits the cliff is only a few feet away. One wrong step in the dark could be serious.
I told her during the week that I think I should write up a will. I told her that I was like, you know, in case anything happened, I didn't want her having any bother. But really it's because I do silly things like this and I pitch my tent beside a small cliff. I've got like, I'd say 4 foot max to where the cliff is from the edge of the tent. Oh my god. Like, even in one part there it could be 2.5, 3 foot. So I'll have to be really, really careful. I was coming in around the big tree, but I actually found a little path, well not a path, but a little clearing behind the tent. So I'm going to go out that way in future because it gets well dodgy in front of that tree.
As the evening goes on, everything feels unusually peaceful. He relaxes inside the tent, listens to the rain, And even says it's one of the most comfortable and calm camps he's ever had.
And I'm using my Crazy Creek chair to sit up straight because it's just started to rain. That was the main reason that I wanted this tent, was so that I could sit back inside the tent and just be completely sheltered from the elements, but still have loads of livable space inside the tent. Like, it's massive. It's probably 2 meters by 2 meters square. It's absolutely gigantic. And I have to say, I've never felt so relaxed on a camp. I'm just, it's class. I think it does make a difference what shelter you have.
That contrast makes the situation more unsettling. The danger is there, but completely out of sight. During the night, he tries to sleep, but struggles because the ground is sloping toward the cliff, causing him to slide slightly in his sleep. Even though nothing dramatic happens, the idea of slowly shifting closer to the edge in the dark adds a quiet tension to the night. By morning, the true risk is finally revealed in full daylight.
Obviously, turn around then, and the cliff is just here. I'd say it's a good 30-foot drop down there, and then if you come over this way, again the tent is behind me. Just turn here, and you see that little dip there? There's nothing in that. That's just dead. That's all that is. Yeah, it's a bit dodgy here last night because
he shows just how close the tent was to a roughly 30-foot drop, explaining how easy it would have been to forget his position in the dark while moving around.
You know, when you're kind of jumping around trying to get the camera set up and the whole lot, you forget where you are, and then, you know, it takes you a second to realise that you're right beside the cliff. Especially when it's dark, you know. I had to put my camera as close to the cliff as I could just to get a decent angle of the tent. It was literally in this little bushy area here, and the tent is there behind me. I'm just kind of soaking it in. What a savage little place to spend a night. Just look at it. It's stunning.
Nothing paranormal happens in this video, but the real fear comes from how close he came to danger without fully realizing it. What felt like a peaceful, perfect camp was actually set up on the edge of a potentially deadly mistake. David's Universe is a paranormal exploration channel where the creator investigates reportedly haunted locations using spirit devices, motion sensors, and real-time reactions. His videos focus on high-energy ghost hunts, often in places tied to disturbing local stories. In this episode, he and his group explore Prospect Park in Redlands, California, a location rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a young girl who was kidnapped, murdered, and allegedly buried beneath an old theater stage.
Alright guys, but we're here at Prospect Park. This place has a lot of history. Specifically, the most famous story here is the theater story. The story is that there was a girl walking down literally this road. Now, she used to walk home from school every single day down this road. Unfortunately, one day when she was walking home alone, there was a man that kidnapped her. He killed her here on these grounds, and the rumor is that he buried her body underneath the theater stage, which we're going to right now. We have to walk through the road, so we're walking the same road that the little girl went down and she ended up getting murdered on. As soon as you get here, it's so scary. Like, there's like a lot of like stuff like falling. Like, I feel like we're definitely being followed.
To reach the site, they sneak through darkness to avoid security, already feeling like they're being watched.
Alright guys, this is the entrance to the theater. This is the theater. This is where like the girl like died.
What is the bamboo tree?
Yeah, these are the bamboo trees.
As soon as they arrive at the abandoned theater, things begin to feel off. A nearby motion light turns on and off by itself, Asia's, and they start hearing unexplained noises around them.
This theater is where the girl died. Like, this is where like she got murdered and buried. Underneath, if you go through the back, hey, that light wasn't on, huh? And it turned on by itself. Like the light that was on, it turned off.
Setting up devices like a REM pod and motion sensors, they try to communicate with whatever might be present.
Oh my god, so we have this. Guys, this is 6 spirits. If you guys do not know what this is, it stays at green, and when they're spirits, it goes to red, or like it'll peak. Tonight on our ghost investigation, we brought a REM pod. If you guys do not know what this is, this detects any type of energy, like so any like spiritual energy. Whenever it comes by near it, I'm gonna turn it on for an example. So turn it on.
The activity escalates when their spirit app begins responding, giving unsettling words like upset, torture, and helping me, suggesting the spirit may be connected to the girl's tragic story.
I'm upset.
Are you upset that we're here? Are you upset that we're filming?
Coffin torture.
Coffin torture?
Because she was buried underneath
She was
here.
buried underneath
So are
this
you
thing.
suffering from being buried underneath here?
But like underneath there is like dirt. So like you could see like photo.
The camera?
The camera. Do you not want your photo taken?
So is it bothering you that we're here filming?
This is helping me.
This is helping me. Like talking to you is helping you?
At the same time, motion sensors repeatedly trigger despite no visible movement, reinforcing the feeling that something is moving around them.
Yeah. Like the motion sensor came on, guys. Okay, I'm gonna set up the REM pod on. Oh my god, I thought I just saw someone peeking at me, bro. I swear to god, on the right hand side, like it was something peeking, and I seen it, and by the time I look over here, there was something else peeking behind like this structure.
Sebastian, were you peeking at us right now?
Guys, there's something there. I swear to, I want to put the REM pod like somewhere in the middle.
Wrong.
Oh my god, wrong. Wrong what? We're wrong? You heard that? Hello?
Bro.
What was that? You heard that?
Yeah, I heard that shit.
Guys, there was like some noise right there. And we heard the noise, and then the motion sensor came off. Hello? Bro, that's crazy.
Things take a darker turn when the app references "he killed," seemingly pointing to the man responsible for the girl's death.
He killed.
Oh my god, he killed. He killed. That's the guy that killed the little girl, guys. Okay, I'm gonna put it. Okay guys, so we just set up a REM pod right there by the chairs in case someone sits down right there. We'll be able to see if they're actually there. Anna, were you the one that was killed here? Oh my god.
I like the toys.
She likes the toys, which is like the ball, that thing, and the REM pod.
Can you maybe set one of them off?
The group becomes convinced they are not alone, especially after hearing footsteps and seeing what looks like a figure peeking from the structure. The most chilling moment comes near the end when the device warns, "She will harm you," followed shortly by "Run now."
So we're gonna go do that. Run now.
No, mommy.
It says run now. Like, guys, look at this.
That's just it.
It says run now. Hold on, let me pack. Run now. It could be a warning.
At that point, they quickly pack up and leave, convinced whatever was with them had turned hostile. What begins as a ghost hunt turns into a tense escape, as the group realizes they may have disturbed something that didn't want them there. What's Up with James is a creator known for solo camping trips in remote, overlooked places, mixing roadside history, abandoned sites, and quiet outdoor overnights. His videos feel more reflective than scary, but that isolation often gives them an eerie edge. In this episode, James heads to Mills Canyon in the Kiowa National Grasslands, first exploring the history of an old orchard settlement deep in the canyon.
And I'm heading to Mills Canyon Campground, but apparently the Misteno access, this particular area has a lot of bouldering, so I don't know if you can see that. But if you're a rock climber, apparently this is a pretty good area. It's an area that I've never been, so I just want to share that with you guys. If you guys like to rock climb, I don't. I'm sure I would fall flat on my butt. But, you know, they have some stuff out here for you guys.
He reads markers about Melvin Mills, the orchard that once thrived there, and even a near-fatal cable accident, giving the area a rugged, say, haunted by history feeling before he ever camps.
It says harvested produce was washed, stored, and cooled in the small rock building on the floodplain below, which is right down here. And maybe, I don't know where the campground is, but maybe I can walk down to that. And then the produce was hauled out of the canyon by wagon and sold to the communities in the surrounding area. Now, if they were hauling a wagon up here, that's absolutely insane. So it says it was slow going as well as dangerous to man and animal, which I absolutely get. To speed the process, Mills attempted to haul the produce to the rim by way of a cable with a lift bucket. He reluctantly agreed not to ride to the top with the first load. Mills narrowly escaped death as the cable failed and the bucket came crashing down to the canyon wall.
The unsettling mood grows when he reaches the abandoned ranch remains. The structures are decaying, partially collapsed, and so remote that even preserved areas have been left to fall apart.
That is weird. So, I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is, actually. This is metal. And from the back side, I thought maybe it was like a safe or something, but I really don't know what that is. And then, let's see, I'm a little scared. Yeah, I thought so. It's like, it's like a basement or some.
As he moves through old rooms, fireplaces, and doorways, the place feels frozen in time, with the emptiness doing most of the work.
House, right? Because there's like a fireplace right here. To go back and look at that sign, but this is super cool. We got maybe a bedroom or something over here with so much stuff that I don't know what I'm walking through. That is beautiful though. Look at this. Just picture this is just your window. How cool is that?
He eventually chooses an isolated camp spot right on the edge of the river, completely away from the official campground and surrounded by cliffs, brush, and animal movement.
So I actually found one of the coolest spots that I ever found, just a little ways down the road from all of those abandoned buildings and the old Mills farm or orchard, whatever that was, all those buildings. Check this out. So I got a little fire pit, but I'm right here on the very edge overlooking this river right here. So that is absolutely beautiful. And the water is a little bit, it's got like this grayish greenish hue to it.
Even though the views are beautiful, he points out how neglected and rough the area is, with snakes and rough footing adding real tension. The most quietly eerie part comes later in the evening when he finds a circle made from seashells and rocks on a stone near camp.
And 2, somebody was making some sort of circle with them. A circle out of rocks and seashells over here on this.
It is never explained, but it feels oddly deliberate and out of place, especially in such an empty canyon. By morning, he returns to the abandoned orchard site at sunrise, where the silence feels even stranger.
And yeah, I wanted to come back to where the the orchard farm was, the old abandoned orchard farm was. I wanted to come back and just catch it at sunrise. So I want to be out here hanging out really quick. I didn't take this trail yesterday. This is where the corral used to be, I guess.
Nothing overtly terrifying happens in this video, but the remoteness, ruined buildings, and total stillness create the sense of being completely alone in a place where a whole world once existed and vanished. Exploring with Bear is run by Jar Bear, a creator known for venturing into remote woods and returning to places where he believes strange activity has already happened. His videos focus on Bigfoot territory, odd forest structures, and unexplained sounds caught during solo hikes and campouts. In this video, Jar Bear returns to a location where he says he was previously attacked while camping, or, with branches being thrown at his tent and other disturbing activity happening in the dark. He also explains that during another trip, he and a friend heard a huge Bigfoot knock nearby while trying to relocate a strange structure in the woods.
Now for today's adventure, I'm bringing us to where I was just attacked. I tried to go camping like a week or 2 ago here, and there was branches being thrown at the tent amongst other things. Not only that, but there was a really cool structure back in the forest that I found one day.
The purpose of this daytime trip is to find that structure again so he can return there at night.
So I ended up bringing B here the other night because I wanted to show him the structure back there. And for whatever reason, it was weird. It was like I couldn't get my bearings. I was sort of lost. And it's not that hard to find, but we could not find it. But while we were back there, this huge, I would say Bigfoot knock was heard, caught on camera. It was super duper.
Right away, he reminds viewers that the place feels dangerous for more than one reason, not just because of possible Bigfoot activity, but because he has also run into unpredictable people in the area before. As he moves deeper into the forest, the tension builds around whether he will even be able to relocate the spot. When he finally finds the structure, it looks partly torn apart, making it feel even stranger than before.
Oh, I see what I did. I see the blind now. Okay. Here it is. Man, it sort of looks like somebody tore it apart a little.
He keeps exploring farther in, and soon spots what appears to be another possible structure, deeper in the woods, suggesting the area may contain more signs of unusual activity than he expected.
All right, let's go a little deeper and explore. Maybe there's more structures. What is that? Is that some kind of structure down there? We may have found another one.
Throughout the trip, he repeatedly calls out and listens for responses, but the most unnerving detail is how quiet everything becomes.
Very quiet out here.
By the end, he confirms he has found the exact area he wanted and makes it clear he plans to return at night, where the real fear will begin. This video feels less like the main event and more like the setup for something worse waiting in the dark. Paranormal Discovery is a creator known for overnight paranormal campouts in remote wilderness areas, often returning to the same locations to document strange activity, cryptid signs, and spirit communication. His videos combine outdoor survival with high-tension encounters in places he believes are deeply active. In this episode, he returns to the Deadlands, planning to spend one last night at an old tent setup before moving to a new location.
The main objective is to really go check out my tent. It's been a while since I've done it, and I'm almost certain it's still there. There's no way anyone would have taken it because it's been frozen. Like, I couldn't, the owner of the tent couldn't even have packed it up if he wanted to, right? Yeah, so I'm hoping it's still there. That's kind of the idea. I'm gonna be spending the night there and hopefully packing it up by the morning because I do want to take it to another location.
But almost immediately, he discovers the tent has been tampered with.
So I assume the middle pole is gone. So I'm gonna take the middle pole? Okay. Got some cute dogs. Oh, there's like 2 dogs in the front and a dog over there. All right. Time to get all of this out.
The middle pole is gone. Lines have been cut, and the setup has clearly been sabotaged. As he inspects the damage, it becomes obvious this was not random wear and tear. Multiple tie-out points have been deliberately snipped, making the damage feel personal. That shifts the fear from paranormal to human, and he becomes convinced someone may have been watching his location for a while. Even after moving to a different campsite, the unease follows him. When the situation gets worse, when he realizes another key part of his hot tent setup is missing.
All right, guys, so I'm starting to feel like someone came out here and deliberately tried to attack something that was mine. Get this, I just noticed this now, but I went to go put the wood stove up. Look, whoever came by and did this, took out the white sheet that you put your pipe through, you know, that little hole, gone. So I technically, that's a lot of heat to get out. I could still have the wood stove, but it's just not worth it. So I think I have a little bit of change of plans today. Considering the fact that I don't have that sheet, I'm gonna have to stake out and not really spend the entire night. It just, it makes this really hard. It's gonna be really hard for me to actually stay warm. I do have this guy for the time being, but still, it's I think I'm pretty low on this anyway. I was kind of expecting to kind of use my wood stove, you know, that was my source of heat. That thing's pretty much empty.
Meaning whoever tampered with the tent may have intentionally tried to leave him without heat. As night falls, the scariest stretch begins. His spirit app throws out disturbing phrases like, "He shot me. I lost an arm."
He shot me. That just said he shot me.
I
lost an arm.
You lost an arm? What was that?
Pulse.
What's there?
And later, the witch is close by, tying the area to older, darker energy. But the real panic comes during his walk away from camp, when he hears whistling, rock-smashing sounds, and movement around him.
What the hell? There's like a... Dude, that's a whistle. Okay, one second. I have to go and check this for a second. There's a whistle. I've heard this before, but what the fuck? No one's in the tent, so what the fuck?
The most chilling moment comes when he looks back toward camp and sees what appears to be a figure standing there.
Whoa, shit! Mom! Whoa! Fuck is that? What is that? What's standing there? What is that? What is that? What the fuck? It's right there. Fuck. It's literally right where the... What is that? It's on my eyes. Oh shit. What the fuck? Okay, what the fuck is going on? It's back at the camp. What the shit?
By the end, he leaves convinced something was still out there. Whether human, spiritual, or something worse. Near Shadows is known for solo paranormal explorations, pushing deep into isolated forests, tied to dark legends and ritual activity. His content relies on raw, uncut footage, where tension builds naturally as things spiral out of control. The video begins with him returning to the Conjuring forest, deciding to go off trail completely alone. Almost immediately, the environment feels wrong. Twisted trees, strange terrain, and distant noises begin surrounding him.
The trees down here, all throughout here, bend just weird. Like, look at the... You see that it's just like bending and growing to make that cross?
Harry.
Oh man, it's like a deer trail or something, but it's a doorway to something, I feel like. Alright guys. This is the moment we've been waiting for.
As he moves deeper, he becomes disoriented and starts hearing movement nearby, with glowing eyes appearing in the darkness.
Oh my god. Let's try to remember some surroundings. It's kind of hard when when noises like that are coming out.
Alice.
Okay, you see this? Ah! What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm sorry for screaming in your guys' ears. That scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. These woods are unlike anything I've ever been in. And I'm a hunter too. I'm not scared of woods. Where do we want to go? What the hell was that? Oh, I got spider webs up here already. Something's watching me again. There's eyes over that way. I can't tell if that's a deer or not, though.
The tension escalates when he notices a flickering light far in the distance. pulling him further off path.
Some kind of flicker. A campfire or something is way, way off in the distance. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's like right in between. Well, it's right below. You see where the tree V's? It's right below it. Can we see that?
Following it leads to the most disturbing discovery. A ritual site hidden deep in the woods.
Oh, that's creepy. Everything's creepy about this. Oh, I think it's a pentagram. Oh my God. What the Look at guys. That looks like a top hat. You see that? Oh. What's going on here? Oh, fuck. Hello? Guys. Look at this. I'm gonna turn it down darker so you guys get a better view of this.
Two mirrors face each other with a candle between them, forming an infinite reflection, alongside a stick pentagram and burned documents.
I'm just like fidgeting with my flashlight. So we're gonna get right here.
Reading the documents reveals something darker. A report describes missing children near Crooked Woods, followed by a disturbing rhyme about a figure that twists bodies and traps people in the forest.
Crooked Woods trailhead, maybe? Search continues after local siblings vanish near Bend Hollow. June 12th.
Things take a turn when he grabs a top hat hanging above the site and puts it on. Almost instantly, he hears something large nearby and reacts in panic.
I don't think I was supposed to do this. Ah! Ah! Ah!
I'm beside you.
I heard you. What was that? That was big.
From here, everything spirals. He feels physical sensations, hears voices, and becomes completely lost as his surroundings stop making sense. The situation peaks when his battery dies right after being warned, leaving him in near darkness.
Shit! I have an extra battery. Oh my God.
By the end, he barely finds his way back to the trail, shaken and disoriented. What started as exploration turns into survival, proving that whatever is in those woods doesn't just watch, it reacts,